Can you hear that? That's the shredder. So they're probably getting rid of some perfectly good branches, but hopefully they'll leave us some. And I've just had a little look. Yay, got some branches. They just appeared. And that's what happens when you give consistently. Stuff arrives. Okay, because we're all looking out for each other. That looks like the last of it. Last barrel load. Obviously hugely grateful to the council and friends. Right, we're done. That's 2 days worth of stuff there. Second lot was nearly as much as the first lot. Really good. Just finished chatting with my neighbour. Good teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. And yeah, so if you're interested in more, you could probably subscribe or something. I'll update here. And the next thing will be splitting this lot. I've never split oak before. I've heard it's hard. I have an axe, I have a chainsaw. What could go wrong? So here's my next challenge. Where am I going to put it all? I need to cut it, I need to split it, and I need to put it somewhere. Problem is, if I cut it and split it, I have nowhere to put it. In fact, if you look here I have a mostly full log storage for 2023. This is for 2023. This is for 2023, but this is for 2024 because it's oak and it takes ages to go off. So I'm going to need to build another log store, and hopefully I'll build it a little bit more resilient than these, which do the job. They don't look great though. This one here almost does the job. I got a little bit greedy with the height because it's quite high and it's up against a tree. Whenever the wind blows, it moves it slightly, so they've been falling off on a regular basis. So I really need to empty that down, lower it, and then fill it up again, which I'm not looking forward to. But there is space there, if my lovely wife will allow me to stick one in for the oak, and I will need a pallet for that. So this is the next task, is to find a pallet or buy a log store, but this is frugal, so we'll find a pallet and we'll build something, hopefully a bit more resilient than the last one. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for pallets and be patient. The sooner I do that, the sooner I'll be able to sort this out, and this won't get easier the longer I leave it. It's always good to cut and split wood fresh as possible, otherwise it goes harder, and that's going to be worse on my weak little IT arms. Rumour has it there's a couple of pallets just down the road, a couple of coloured pallets. They should do the trick for the log store, so fingers crossed we'll be able to pinch them through asking if we can have them. False alarm, I was too slow, them's the brakes. So on my misery way home, managed to find a pallet in the end. It was against someone's skip, so I knocked on their door. They were very happy to let me have it. So we've got to start on our log storage build. Well, this is a turn up for the books. I managed to find myself a blue one. Just through asking people if they wouldn't mind if I removed their rubbish for them. So really quite pleased with that. So I was going for 2 pallets, 2 blue pallets. I managed to find 1 blue, 1 plain. So that's not too bad. We'll see if we get any others, but I wasn't literally rode away from where I live, so I'm not expecting to get any more now. Okay, you can just about see behind me, next to my dog there, we have a blue pallet and a plain pallet. The blue pallets weigh a ton compared with the plain pallets, but that's the foundation on what I'm going to build, a new log store for the oak. So what have I learned? Pallets are literally all over the place. I went out to get a couple of blue pallets. They weren't there. On the way, I spotted a plain pallet, which I thought if I don't get the blue, I can get that. And so I snagged that on the way back, and I also popped over to a building site which was closed. There were no pallets, but on the way to the building site I found a blue pallet. So pallets, getting pallets is just easy. Just go and look. Always ask, otherwise it's theft. The coloured pallets are heavier and they make great bases. The plain pallets are actually burnable, so it's a good backup for kindling or actually just burning logs. They will burn fast and hot, but it's right if you need heat. So there we go.